We've had a number of incidents and issues with bullying for my son, who is a young teenager. He's a 13-year-old boy. And, we've had it over a period of time. And despite the fact that he was already involved in another martial arts, it didn't seem to help him. Now, the emphasis with Warrior Academy was specifically in dealing with bullying issues. It was about character building. It was about not only the physical part, but there was also a character building part or emotional aspect that really appealed to me. That I thought, okay, they understand it, they get it, and let me give it a try. So this is what I did. I put him in it, and we started off actually with my son. It was with private as well as with group classes, and I felt that the mixture of both of these really helped to kind of kickstart the whole change in him. And I saw an immediate change. With Karim, I saw something that was really positive. He was very positive about it. He came with a really renewed sense of enthusiasm. He was very optimistic, and he loved it from the first class. So that really encouraged me, that I saw immediately a shift in him. I've noticed a difference even in terms of how he's approaching situations. And there's also the feedback loop. So, he'll do something, or he'll be given advice to do something, or he'll talk it through, for example, with Sebastian. And then afterwards, say a week or so later, like, okay, how did that go? How did this happen? And, he follows up. Karim does, he's like, oh, that made a difference for me. So that's how I felt. It wasn't just a one-off, because it's been followed and there's a progression over time, that I do see that even Karim, it's much more of a stronger or a more permanent change in him. And it's not just a one-off thing with one incident. And I think even the activities that he does, so he does sparring, he's just started with the sparring, that gives him a certain sense of comfort. If anything should happen, I'm okay to deal with it. I can handle it. That sense for, a young teenager, I think is quite important. So what differentiates it? That it has a whole aspect to it that other sports are not necessarily articulating to the same extent. They're not saying that you need to have a routine every day. That helps to develop a certain discipline that perhaps other sports need it, but they don't emphasize it, right? So with Karim, he's been given a list of things that he needs to keep up with, and it's not just about the sport, it's also about, things like meditation, things like even as simple as making your bed or doing a journal, or that whole approach is the difference for me.